fully African American, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But she's heard that a lot, colorism within the family. Or, and I'm paraphrasing, but less than because you're not mixed, if you will. And she's like, and? So, yeah. And let's see. And Cindy says, laugh out loud, yo, bro. They let Donovan. And then Resident says, I had sisters treat me dirty, but it did not stop me from dating them. Self-hate is the worst. Hey, yeah. And I think that's really what the issue is. I mean, you can't attribute that to all sisters or brothers, but it's that's our truth, Reginald. That's my truth. Like I said, I've been cheated on by every man I've been with. And they've all been black.
So what are you doing that is making these men?
I'm not doing anything.
According to Mr. Moses.
No, I'm gonna say y'all. Okay, and this is a sidebar in the parentheses, if you will. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Some men, I put some men,
thank you,
say they want a good woman.
Yes, we do. But
when you get one, because I don't care what nobody say, goddamn it, I'm a good woman.
Okay.
I'll give y'all the number to all my, not all, like I've been with a whole lot of men. I haven't been. But all of my exes, and they'll tell you, they had remorseful with
they all, they all come back. They all want to come back. Yep.
I didn't just become a good woman when I left you.
Right.
I was always that, but it's like men say they want a good woman and they get one. Now, what's a good woman? Because that's subjective if you really think about it. What's a good woman? A good woman is somebody who loves you, who cares about you, who has your back, who can season your food. No.
Careful with that one.
Somebody who loves you unconditionally, who is not giving you a lot of grief and, not cheating on you.
She's on your team, basically.
On your team. You know what I mean? How many women still iron they men's clothes?
How many women just cook, period? I'm
one of those. Now, and I've always done that type of stuff.
Yeah, no, I have to say this. We went to her brother's birthday party. We know Dee's a vegan. She was in there frying a steak for her man.
Well, I was impressed. Making it, and I asked my brother repeatedly, "Do you need me to help on? Let me help." No, I got it. So that's the type of person I am, and so not saying being able to cook makes you a good person, but I'm a well-rounded person. Right. So when you ask, "What have I done to deserve?" and I know you're joking. What have I done to deserve to be cheated on? I haven't done anything. I don't think there's a whole lot.
I'm innocent.
I am. I will tell y'all if I was out there creeping and cheating and stuff. I haven't done anything.
I get what you.
So at the point that I'm making is a lot of times men say they want a good woman. When they get a good woman,
they don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with it. And they always bring in their past relationships like, well, I thought you were going to do this to me. And you know what I mean? And you shouldn't do that. I'm going to give you brothers some great advice.
Give them the game.
The game is this, seriously.
And I'm going to get to you guys' comments.
When you guys move on to another relationship, whatever you had in that last relationship and even years before that, leave it in the past and move forward with that new person and start new adventures.
Let me ask you this from a man's point of view. Is there a such thing as, I feel like the grass is green on the other side and I don't want to fully commit because I might miss out on something?
That is a true thing, but guess what? I've never heard of anybody where that shit worked out. I've never heard of anybody. They jump the fence and they get over there and they want to come screaming back.
This is some damn ashtray over here.
Exactly. I've never witnessed anybody, go to the greener side that didn't come back. It never works out. Never works out.
All right. And then Sydney says, Shantae, yes, colorism is real. Here, it says UK, the islands, and Brazil as well. So I guess you're saying over in the islands in Brazil, it's it's everywhere. Everywhere. But I think we suffer from it a lot.
Yeah.
And then Rachel says, I disagree with the brother. Uh-oh. And we talk so much, I don't even know what that is. And Samuel says, the reason this self-hate occurs is because of the systematic conditioning of white supremacy. They make the attacks seem invisible, and it comes out as if it's our nature. Absolutely. It's definitely conditioning. And Cindy says, sorry, misspelled some words. No, it's okay. Donovan distracted me with his foolishness on polygamy.
No, and for those of you guys, that are into that stuff, that's great. brother, just to have one woman will break you financially.
But that's what I'm saying. Polygamy is cool if everybody is in the know, but it's cheating when you don't include, other people and say, hey, I like to have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right. Could you be Thursday? That's when it becomes cheating. But if you tell everybody that, I'm a polygamist, I don't want to be with one woman, and you give her an option, then great. Don't force somebody to be in a relationship with you and other people. Right. I think it's fair. I don't think, and that's when you cause drama and trauma. Yes. That's when you cause drama and trauma to other people because they thought that they were exclusively with you, and then it turns out they're exclusively with you and somebody else. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So don't do that to people. Just be honest with people, because, and I've heard men say, well, I don't want to mess up and lose my good thing, but I want to play things.
But in every scenario, I don't care what anybody says, in every scenario, when you play that game, you're always going to lose. You're always going to lose.
I agree with you. Yeah. I agree. And let's see. Cindy says it's more than sex, and we on this continent corrupted it. Yeah. It has become all about sex and the physical. Yeah. That stuff does get old,
Yeah, my mom and me this morning were talking about I was telling her about Africa, and we were talking about the twerking thing. How that is in Africa. Remember when we were in Africa and I told you the girls were like, what is this craziness thing about twerking? That is the stupidest dance I've ever seen. Now, Africans do a form of what we would consider twerking. And then they consider it
like a mating
it's like a mating situation, whatever, but we've sexualized it. So going along with what Sydney just said, everything turns into a sexual
because if you think about it, sex was for procreation. Right. Obviously you do some other stuff with it, but that was the premise of sex is procreation, and people have perverted it. I read this book by the author Paulo Coelho. You guys have probably heard of him. He wrote The Alchemist and things like that. In his book 11 Minutes, he talked about how sex is not bad. Where he said people made it bad. Religion has made it bad. He said obviously it's bad if you're using it to do bad things to it. Kids and stuff. Yeah. But he said sex is not bad. We made it bad, and we made it into something that it wasn't supposed to be. As far as natural is what humans do. You have these senses and these organs to to feel certain things for a reason, but man has made it a perverted thing, especially over here in America. So good point. Yeah, especially, with the homosexuality being as rampant. I mean, these kids are so sexually confused now. Yeah. That, I'm sorry, a man and a woman can't procreate. You sure? Because now they're getting these womb transplants and they talking about it. But that's what I'm saying. You have to go in there and manipulate the situation, which is ungodly to do that. I agree, go ahead. Right. Send your feedback to him. Right. And Reginald says, you disagree with polygamy, so how do you solve 75% of single black mothers if the mothers would want to be with brothers when brothers either in prison, killed, or homosexuals? Well, I just think that brothers, if we're talking along those terms, brothers should abstain from going to jail. And I know it's a systemic and institutional stuff why people, especially larger in our population, go to jail, so I'm not discrediting that. But I don't think, and Reginald, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not trying to be, I don't think the onus is on the black women to fix that. Because I think it's a little bit unfair to tell black women, well, because men are either homosexual, in prison, and what was your other one, are being killed largely by other black people, other black men. I don't think that's fair to put on the black woman, well, you guys need to settle. Because that's the situation. You guys need to settle with being one of a few with a black man. If you want to be with black men, you need to just accept the fact that you won't be his only mate. I don't think that's fair. Do you? Yes. Dee and I get into this all the time, and I know she checks me about where are the fathers and stuff like this. Okay? Very true. The fathers need to be there. But if the father is not there, you mean to tell me these women do not have positive male role models, an uncle, a brother, or somebody that's going to say, this is the right way? Myself included. I have a nephew. He was over here for Christmas. I can't tell his child anything, even though the child is wrong. The child runs my niece instead of the niece running the child. And I'm trying to say, hey, do it this way. Stop, don't you say nothing to me. Yeah. So Reginald, to me, the genie is out of the bottle. Right. Once these, women got their freedom,
You got it.
But, just really reeling it back to what he said about, women settling, for the polygamy lifestyle. I'm one of those women who would never, I'd rather be by myself if it meant for me to share my man with another. I'm just not going to do that because I know, and in my dad's beautiful expression of, I know God has not shortchanged me to have to settle for something that is unnatural to me. Now, it might be natural for men, if you will, as Donovan's example earlier, to be with other women, more than one woman.
Yeah,
but for me, that is not natural for me. I would rather be by myself.
I know people say that they don't, agree with what I just said, but show me, it's very rare nowadays to find a marriage where the husband has not cheated on the woman.
And you know what? That's sad as hell. It's sad. I mean, and listen, we're talking in terms of cheating. Men and women cheat.
Yeah, but
men and women cheat. But as I said to my example earlier, and I said these guys before, I've been cheated on by everybody I've been with. So,
but I put the onus on the men. That's what I'm saying.
I want to say this with the exception of the man I'm with now.
Right.
Yeah.
You could have this perfect, or it looks like a perfect marriage, but then you find out once you dig and you really find the truth, oh, he stepped out on me one time, or you know what I mean? And you women are very forgiving, and thank God you are. But
you know why? You know why we're forgiving? I'm going to get to you guys' comments. I see them. You know why we're forgiving?
Why?
Because to Reginald's point, in the back of our mind, we know that, okay.
Yes.
I'm going to have to get out there and start over.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to be with somebody who's going to do the same thing to
and
me.
you've got all this time invested in this
I've
man.
heard women, with my own 2 ears, that the one that still works, say, I know the devil I'm with.
Right.
I don't want to go out there and get with the devil I don't know.
Right. That possibly make it even worse.
Yes.
Right.
I know what he gonna do. I know he gonna probably cheat on me. And a couple more, we gonna be, when I find out, he gonna be good for a couple months. And then he gonna go out there and do it again. Whatever. And I know women too who said, fine, he's cheating. I'm gonna go get me somebody.
Right.
But we got our thing here. We got our household. We got our bills and all together. But I'm going to go get mine. He going to get his. I ain't trying to live like that.
Yeah, I mean, in my circle of friends, military, whatever it is, I'm telling you, 96% of the time, the man has stepped out on the wife.
So there's the other part of it, Reginald. Why there's part of it, the 75% of single black mothers and women, if you will. And Sydney says wife swapping to each their own. Yeah.
When I was stationed in Alaska, that was a big thing in Alaska for the white people. So. And
you also say, Donovan, you are a mess, full-blown mess. Hey, Brandon, what's happening? He said, this is my question. If Africa is so great, why is African American culture so worldwide and embraced by everyone? Shouldn't culture straight out of Africa be embraced?
Okay. You have these media outlets. Okay, we're here in America. Look at our culture and how rap has changed from a positive thing, and it's more negative now. Right. NWA, you just name all this gangster stuff, and it was glamorized. Now, when you talk to the average African-American black man, black woman in this country, and you say, hey, where you going on vacation? I'm going down to Jamaica. I'm going on a cruise, right?
Or France or something, yeah.
I'm going to Asia. They do not want us to go to Africa and see what's going on there. So if you could condition the people here in America not to do that, they don't want the African culture coming here. So, because you really got to go there to understand what's going on. Look at the minerals over there, the resources. We were living over there like kings, and we were just visiting. They don't want that exported out.
I'm telling you guys, if you don't do nothing else on this planet,
it's like making a Hajj. It will change your life. Any country in Africa, well, don't go to the war-torn country, but Ghana, South Africa, Namibia.
It will change your life. It will just shift your whole
thinking process.
It's just like, do we gotta leave?
Yes. I mean, look at the Africans that are here in America. When they come here, are they in rags and tags? No, they're in those beautiful colored things, and their culture stays intact.
Right.
And they're showing a way of together. What do we say?
Right. Traditional culture, togetherness. Yeah.
Right.
Cohesiveness.
They don't want us to learn that here. That's how they got us in the condition we're in.
African Americans need to be in a constant schism.
Right.
Constant. Schism. And then you also asked, Brandon, what makes a good woman a good woman? I don't
That's
know if you saw my
subjective,
ex, but yeah, it's subjective to the man. But in my opinion, a good woman, as Donovan said, who's completely on your team. A woman, as my dad would say, because a lot of times, and I'm speaking about black men, I was having this conversation with Al and my nephew over the last couple of days. My dad always says, a lot of times black men complain about black women nagging. He says, is a difference between nagging and being held nagging and being held accountable. Yeah. Is she nagging you or is she holding you accountable? Right. And my dad was talking to him today. He says, because a good black woman is not afraid, right. to put a proverbial rather a whooping to your backside, right. to let you know you steering a little bit too far to the left.
You have a good woman, and you have a good woman when she's not going to let you fall into danger. She's, if you really listen to her versus the nagging, if you think it's nagging, listen to what she's saying in that nagging, and I almost guarantee you she's trying to have you avert danger, right. Financial or whatever you're doing.
Because what's good for you is going to be good for her. Right. And so a lot of times, I'm not speaking for all men, but a lot of times men don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to deviate from the behavior that she's, trying to get them to deviate from it. So then it gets passed off as she nagging. She always got something to say. Well, like you said, brother, what is she saying to you?
What is she saying? And a lot of brothers don't even listen to understand that.
She talked too much. Okay, that might be true, but what is she saying to you?
Right.
Is she imparting some wisdom upon you? Is she trying to tell you something you need to know? Are you just one of those men who don't want no woman to say
anything to you?
You know, and so you're going to go out and get with somebody who that's so cute.
Right.
I don't care what
and,
you do.
And that's wait. And that's the woman that's going to financially ruin you. The one that's, I got to have my things done and nails done and my hair done. You don't want that. Everybody knows I am a big Ike subscriber.
He talking about Ike Turner.
Ike Turner. That man knew how to make a successful black woman, right?
No.
Wait. However.
She was successful, but.
However, if I've learned that if that woman is saying something to me, that's supposed to be my spouse, my partner, the girl that's on my team, I should be listening through the garble to get the message.
And I'm going to get you guys a comment, but one thing, I've known Donovan forever, and Donovan has always attributed, now obviously his mom is a great force in his life, but he's always attributed one particular woman, I won't say her name. You
can say her name.
LaDonna.
Yes, LaDonna.
I remember this lady named LaDonna.
I got a picture still in my house.
He says if it wasn't
she did me dirty. She did me dirty.
She did do you dirty.
Yeah, she did me dirty.
He says if it wasn't for this woman, named LaDonna, he said she was a little bit older than him, but she said, she told him, listen, you cute, you got your thing going on, and we do our thing, but I can't be with a man who will not improve himself. And he said because of her, partially because of her, largely. No, largely because of her. Why he got 11 degrees on his wall, and he strived to be a better man because she said, I can't be with some dude I'm just doing, and we're not,
and I'm just content to be
and he said it was because of her, and he had the ability to listen to where he is today.
Right. Even though we didn't work out and everything like that, we're still friends and everything. Because I was in love with this girl. My nose was wide open with this girl.
Yeah. And
we dated for like 4 or 5 years. She's about 4 or 5 years older than me. And I'm telling you, people say, why do you got your ex-girlfriend up on the wall? Because
it's a shrine.
Well, it's not even a shrine, but the thing is, that's how influential she was in my life.
Besides all the other stuff she did, that's partially what makes up a good woman, a woman who will hold you accountable.
Right.
And then Sydney says, we started the trend, African American men and women, but we are brainwashed to think they don't have any cultures as well.
Exactly.
Right.
In Africa.
To Donovan's point. And then Tay says, say that again, D. Whatever it was I said, I'm with it too. And Sydney says, "Where's Al? Al, I see his face on here, so he's somewhere. He's probably busy."
He's right now. Al is writing the joke of the day. I know it's coming.
And O says, "I'm a good man. It's been my experience that women want a perfect man or attracted to a hardcore man who has been incarcerated or still incarcerated. Good guys finish last." And so that's a conversation me and Donovan was having yesterday. Because he's like you. He's like, I know I'm a good man, and I know Donovan, he is all the bullshit aside about Ike Turner and all that.
Well, we'll put it like this. A lot of people don't know this about me. I handle my business at the end of the day.
Donovan is a good man, but he also has the same complaint, if you will, that a lot of women don't want a man like him. They want a man who's been really rough around the edges.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I told Dee this. I actually met a girl that said she would not date me because I had my shit together.
Because
true story.
Because she couldn't run roughshod all over you.
Right. Well,
yeah.
To her, I was this and that, and she wasn't there yet, which is fine. But a lot of you women got to understand this. Think about this. You could be a woman working at McDonald's, and I find you attractive because it's a visual thing. I'm going to ask you for your number, your date. I don't care where you're at right now.
Donovan.
Right? But if I was working at McDonald's, let's say somebody like Dee. I'm not saying, that you're shallow, but you're going to be like, well, he's not where he needs to be. Are you the
manager?
Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's how it works, and that's how it's supposed to work.
Right.
So don't, So, yeah, but I met a girl that told me, oh, you got your shit together. So what? That should be a plus for you.
Right.
But it
at least she was honest.
Right. But it came down to her self-esteem.
Right.
And thinking that, I have to be on his level. No, if that's what I want, that's what I want.
Right. Yeah. And Sydney says, maybe we need 2 segments from Donovan's dropping game. Yeah. Donovan's a very wise individual, aside from the Ike Turner stuff.
The man was a genius. I don't care what anybody says.
And Fabia says, on polygamy, it only occurred if the woman outnumbered the men. Also, we would have to rid our...
the women do outnumber the men right now. In California, it is 7-to-1 ratio of women to men.
But he says, okay... Also, we would have to rid our American KKK view of women as a piece of meat.
Yes.
As Donovan and Sydney said. In mathematics, you have relations that function. Let's see. That function and those that don't. In the ordered pair, X equals female, Y equals male. It is not a function if X has more than one Y. It's a function if Y has more than one X. You're a math teacher, right?
Yeah. That's what he's using the chromosomes.
Yes. The balance is X is independent, the variable. So she is in charge if that is to happen to the not the man, like Sarah and Abraham in the Bible. Lastly, it is best to have one man to one woman.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'll give you guys a good example. My mom's father had, he had more than 12 children, but 12 live births that lived. So my mom's the oldest of 12. My dad is the second oldest of 22 that lived and then, passed on later on. No halves, same woman, same, and back in the day, in that generation, big families was not.
Yeah.
Think about your grandparents. You're thinking, or your parents, or not your parents, but your grandparents. You're thinking, damn, they really got down.
This because they was because we don't see our grandparents like that.
But they got down.
They put them kids to bed.
Right. You find out, where did they find the time for all them kids?
They didn't have no TV back then.
Yeah, they didn't have no TV. And no jobs either.
Okay, so, when they did, they was on the farm.
Right.
That's why they had all them kids.
Or domestic. Yeah.
Right. And let's see. Cindy says the greater side is fake because it is fake. I'm sorry, the greener side.
The greener side is fake, yeah.
The greener side is, it is. But when you're on that side of the fence, it's like, damn, that grass look good. That grass got a fat ass. Look at that grass. Right. And then you get over there, it's like, this ain't real.
Yeah. Or it's like, remember that thing Eddie Murphy said? I just got some, I thought you had a Ritz, but it's regular cracker. It's just, it's just a cracker.
Right. And then Reginald says, a good sister is when she can cook, clean, give great sex, and have knowledge of self, and can hold a great conversation.
Absolutely.
See, to every man it's different. But I agree with all that.
And you were describing her sister? Oh, my God. That woman is just...
And you know what? My sister could cook.
I heard.
She can cook.
I heard. No, in the bedroom or in the...
I ain't never been in the bedroom with her. Right. She could cook. Yeah. And then Tay says, I started over. I'll be damned if I stay with any man that cheats on me. Yeah, it's like there's...
Tay, mom got the gumbo. Be over here at 6.
You're not going to convince if a person tells you, okay, I do not want to share. You're not going to convince that woman or that man that you know what, damn. You weighed me down. Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and bring her over for dinner tonight.
Right.
You're just not going to convince nobody if that's she's not into that.
What kills me is with what's going on in the world today. Now, I can't speak for the younger people, but, when the AIDS thing came on, that was really big in our generation. Right. I can't see being out there with different, you know what I mean? I don't want it.
It's a risk.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
don't
risk
want it.
more than anything.
Yeah,
it's a risk,
I don't
you
want
know. And you say the numbers don't add up. Women outnumber men, not to mention black men incarcerated. And then there are some who are homosexuals. If you want to survive, you will need to share a man. People cheat because monogamy is not conducive to who we are.
Right.
And I do realize that, but I just think people need to be honest. You know, don't go into a relationship with somebody who is very honest and vehement about not wanting to share. Don't go into a relationship with that person. Go into a polygamous relationship with people who are okay with that, because you know what? There's a lot of women out there who are cool with that.
Right. Well, the thing is, they're actually doing it. How many of you guys know these young girls? Okay, you know, we have children, like, you know, like Deanna's age. You see the girl and you say, oh, Janine is pregnant. You're thinking, Janine's pregnant for who? Pookie, such as that guy already had 3 kids down the street. How did Pookie get over here? No, seriously. In the neighborhood,
Pookie get over here.
When did he have time? Right? When did he have time to get over here? Think about it. No, seriously, be honest with yourself. You find that one stray cat in the neighborhood that has like multiple children. You know, with people in the neighborhood. My own niece.
You said, how did Pookie get over here?
How did he find the time? Last you heard, Pookie was in jail. You know? But you know what I mean? In the community. I'm just saying, you know, because a good example, okay, my niece, and I'm just going to say, she fell into a trap like that. Where
Pookie trap?
Yeah, where she had a baby with a guy that had a baby that wasn't taking care of that baby. You know what I mean? We all have somebody we know like that. That's like, wait a minute. What? Wait, what? And you find these girls. There's like 4 girls in the neighborhood that have babies by the same guy on the same street.
Well, so they're participating in polygamy?
Yes, in a form of polygamy, you know? Sorry to keep you laughing. Like, Dee was laughing. I'm laughing so hard because it's true.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. And so, Sydney says, so are you going to be able to buy the same house for all your wives?
Right.
The same car for your wives, the same clothes for all your wives, then buy yourself the same thing asking for a friend. And that's Sydney, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the part people leave off. I mean, I think you alluded to that earlier. That's where you were going with that. And hello, William. He says, hello, a friend here. Happy holiday, same to you. There's more to it than just I'm screwing all of these women. Right. These women have needs, and men are supposed to be what? Providers. And so if you're going to have all these women, to your point, all these women have the same thing. Do they not want for anything? And are you take care of their other needs besides just, laying down with
And I don't care what you say. Somewhere down the road, the jealousy is going to creep in.
If you got women who are not true to who they are, that's not something you want to do. Yeah, somebody will get stabbed.
It's all about self-survival. Everybody has self-survival.
Right.
I died. Well, I need to get the bigger piece. No, I was the first wife. No.
Right.
No.
Well, there's an odd day of the week out there, and I should have that extra day.
Well, yeah, no. He died on a Monday, so that means I make the decisions on his, because this was my day. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess.
And Red says, I love Africa. Me
Yes.
too.
Oh, my God.
Love it.
Go.
He says, I'm West African.
Okay. Right. When you say West African, which country?
That's where we got to go next.
Yeah, that's our next thing.
We were in South Africa.
We checked Ghana. You have to have a typhoid shot before you go to Ghana because it's very tropical there, so you got to have it. So when you're on the west side, you're going to do a lot of shots.
I get it. I didn't get any shots when we went over there.
Yeah, South Africa is a mining town, so there's not a lot of jungles in South Africa. So
right, I was fine when I came back, but I will get one.
Yes, and we got to keep Dee up because she stays on the plane and she just be. I'm like, go to sleep. You're on here for 16 hours.
I can't. Yeah, it's hard. And Cindy says, meanwhile in China, they promote them to go to Africa.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where they at.
Yes, and the Chinese are making a big footprint in Africa.
And they over there, impregnating the African women. Yep. And they said the Chinese men are leaving, becoming a deadbeat daddy over there too. Yep. They not taking care of these children. They over there having a good time. And James, what's happening? He says, definitely need to regroup as a people. We've been infiltrated. Now we are scattered in thinking and culture.
Yeah,
always.
absolutely.
We're always on different pages.
And
we're in different books.
Yeah, and that's why we are at this economic system. We are at the bottom. That's how you keep us at the bottom. Infighting, jealousy, whatever. That's how it works.
Right. And Lucille, what's happening? He says, this self-hate is passed down from colonization and slavery in the 60s when James Brown made the song I'm Black and I'm Proud. Many African Americans started to embrace their blackness in America. We started wearing the afros and braids and stopped using the bleaching creams and started to love our skin colors. My daughter and daughter-in-law arrived in Ghana this morning. Yeah,
on.
Yeah, there's a lot of people going back. I guess it's the year of the return. So I've seen a lot of people on my timeline actually in Ghana.
Send some pictures. I'd love to see it. Love to see it.
So, but you're absolutely right. And my mom is from the, she was born in the 40s. And she talked about that when James Brown made the song I'm Black and I'm Proud. She said exactly what you said. People started to embrace their blackness. In fact, that's when people were saying I'm black, because back then it was decolored and all of that. And she says people, as you said, stopped perming and straightening their hair. They wore their hair in afros. And so it was just movement,
Unity. But see, the white establishment, they don't want that. If black unity, we are big EFF supporters.
Right.
Joseph Molina, who's the leader of the EFF, the commander-in-chief of Julius Molina, who's the leader of the EFF, he is trying to tell Africa. You guys think about this. Africa as a continent, if those 53 countries came together, Chinese, the United States,
over.
We couldn't deal with them.
Right. So I hope they beef up his security.
Yeah.
Because we know of other leaders who were talking about that, unifying Africa.
And think about that. Now, that's Africa.
And African people around the world.
Around the world. Now, you got to remember, there's 13 million of us. No, wait, there's 30 million of us.
That's 40, about 42, 40.
We're 13% of the population of the United States. We're behind the lines.
Right.
You can't fight a war when you got people that are behind your line disrupting everything.
Right.
And that's what they don't want.
Right. Absolutely. And Tay says Kevin Hart has a documentary on Netflix. The one thing I got from it is that Kevin doesn't listen to people on his team. He listened. He said, had he listened, he could have avoided the BS and the drama in his life.
Yeah.
I heard, I actually I'm not a Kevin Hart fan, but I'm interested in watching it if it's, some life lessons. But you got to be able to take wisdom and advice from people.
Well, like I said, he can't blame his team for him being between the legs of that one chick and that one hotel
the thing
room.
about Kevin Hart, I don't know his full situation, but it sounds like he had a good woman in his wife, with the one he has the 2 kids with.
But he married the jump off side chick.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like his life has been great since, but, I don't know their story, but from what I understand, his original wife, the first wife, was there with him before he even got on Soul Plane.
Right.
She said they were both upcoming comedians, and he happened to take off, and then he leaves his woman, that he built a life with, who helped him get there, for somebody else.
Nigga.
And his life ain't been right since, and I'm sure his wife wanted the best for him, but he wanted to get out there on the other side where the AstroTurf was.
And then now here he is. She wants her rightful deserved cut.
As she should.
And he's trying to fight it.
Silliness. And Sydney says, since Donovan since forever, kick him sometimes under the table. Donovan has got an elbow.
She does, yes. In the throat.
Right. And he also say, you got a shrine to talk about to LaDonna.
Yeah.
And Tay says, I met a good man that was previously incarcerated, but couldn't move forward due to my job and security clearance. Yep. Sometimes it's not about you, it's about someone's career. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You got to do what's best for you. Yeah. And Reginald says, do you think mulattoes like Zaza Ali, Michi X, Yvette Carnell, founder, well, she's not the founder of the ADOS, but she is of this new one. Should talk about African American issues. They're black. They can't help who their people, their mom and dad made it with. At the end of the day, they are still black.
But even if they're not, what's your girl that was, she's transracial?
Rachel Dolezal.
I
think at the end of the day, you black. Regardless of what you, because if you want to be technical, we all got a little mass up in us. Most of us mixed, do. Look at me. We all got somebody up in us.
Well, the thing is, we also know that D might not actually come all the way from Nigeria because we saw Mama Zulu.
Right. Well, no, I got some...
Nigerian, I know you do.
Nigerian
but I don't believe
Africa.
it. Yeah, and South Africa.
Yes,
okay, so
right.
Mama Zulu.
Mama Zulu is a South African woman that we met over there. She reminded me of my mom in every way, shape, or form.
Her walk and everything.
Everything. And then, so Brandon, you say... Brandon, you say most of these square men have more heart than these thugs all these women want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to tell you, Brandon, from just my point of view, I never wanted no thug, you know. Now, I think it's true to some degree. A woman want a man with a little gangster.
Yeah, a little toughness.
But I ain't talking about nobody who ain't about shit. I ain't talking about that type, you know.
Damn, man, if you're going to come out from the hospital, I would, let me know. Let me know something. Yeah.
Okay,
you're going to walk from the hospital with the baby.
Right.
That's gangster.
And O says, you didn't read all my last statement. I didn't. Let me see. Let's see. I'm going back. Let's see.
Going back. Golly. How far are you going back?
And we are behind.
There you go.
Okay. So this one says, the numbers don't add up. Women outnumber men, not to mention black men incarcerated, and there are some who are homosexual. If you want to survive, you need to share a man. Oh, I see. People cheat because monogamy is not conducive to who we are. So, did I miss all of that, really? I mean, I agree with you. I hope I ended up reading that in its entirety. If that was the comment that I missed, if I forgive me if I didn't read it all. Let's see.
Yep.
And Al, you says, I once met a girl who says she doesn't date men whose moms are alive or in their life because the mama would like the girlfriend, wouldn't like the girlfriend anyway. I think he said, and the dad always accepts his son's mate. Wow. So yeah, he's saying that the girl will say, if your mama's still in the picture, I don't want to be with you.
Yeah. So some women have, and you got to respect it. If that's how,
that's her truth. That's right. I low key kind of, I mean, I wish her mom was dead, but I get it because maybe she has dealt with a lot of men who are mama's boys,
right?
Where the mama, is very influential and she's not going to stand a fighting chance no way. Because the mama's like, well, I mean, that's my son and, I'm the first woman in his life.
Yeah, the mom is now competing with the girlfriend or the other.
How about you go date your mama?
Right.
And let me go date a real one.
Right.
I'm just saying.
But what I have learned, Al, is my mom and your mom must be cousins or something.
Got to be. And Samuel said, Donovan, I wonder if the woman that is attracted to the man rough around the edges because the nature of a woman is to grow nothing into something. She takes worthless water and give you a baby, a house, and makes it into a home, food, to a meal, etc. So I wonder if that weighs into some of their choices.
Yes, it does. But okay, remember this, and I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me. In a woman is impregnated in her brain, just like men is impregnated in our brain to mass mate. Right? Women, even in the animal kingdom, look at the animal kingdom. Who do the women mate with? The strongest male.
Right.
And that's to keep the species going. You can't mate with the weakest male or we're not going to survive.
Right.
So it's just something that's programmed in us, if you believe in God and in a higher power, that makes us, the woman always is attracted to the stronger male.
Well, I think to his
in most
point,
cases,
I think, I hear what you're saying, but I think just to kind of reiterate his point, he's really asking, is it the nature of a woman to take nothing, and I'm saying nothing of a man who maybe not be to his full potential? And
no.
I think there is some truth to that. To me, I think there is some truth because a lot of times women are just innately nurturers.
Right. No, I agree with you. Now, I'm thinking from the point of when you first meet the man.
Well, even then, you see a man who, and I'm just using
well, that's example, a strong woman then.
A man who was on the bus.
Right.
That don't mean he's not a good man.
Right.
Maybe she says, you know what? With me, because I got my stuff together a little bit more, I can help him turn into the man that he needs to be, help him get on his feet, get a car, and then we can. Unfortunately,
and then you all get burned when that happens. You get burned every time, and that's why I kind of disagree. I agree. I know where he's going with that, but I kind of disagree with it because it's not natural for a woman to do that.
It's not.
Right.
You know, it's not natural, but a lot of women just feel like, okay, he's a good man.
It's a project, a reclamation project.
I see the potential, and I know the tools, and I know what to do. And I'm
Or
going to help him be the man.
For those of us that have cousins and daughters, and you see her with this loser, she's like, oh, no, not me. I'm going to save him. I'm going to be the one that's going to
sometimes put the
cape on, and you just... You know, it's going to be you that's going to save and reap.
But then a lot of times, to Donovan's point, I'm a witness. I can only be honest with you. I'm an honest witness. I put my hand to the Bible, right hand to the sky, my heart wherever you do. Yeah. I've been one of those women.
Right.
You know, to where it's like, I can help him.
Yes, I can fix him.
You know, because I'm one of those people who are very resourceful, and I'm smart. You know, trying not to toot my own horn. I'm just smart. But I've been in that situation where you help a man.
And they shit on you.
And then they leave.
That's it.
And they go try to take that somewhere else. And then they like, listen, that didn't work out over there.
Right.
Hey, baby, I gave you the tools. Now go fly.
Right.
Go do what you need to do.
You know, and it's just my opinion. I don't think it is a woman's natural nature to build a man. If he's not there already, he's not there. Well, that's why women let's say a person like me. I'm a strong man, whatever that. I'm not a gangster, but I'm a strong man. My shit is together. I know what I want. I don't take no bullshit, all right? A lot of women are attracted to me based on that.
Right.
You know, they're like, hey, this guy's, you know, he's coming to get his.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It's not the natural order of things. A woman is supposed to be a helpmeet.
Right.
You know, but, and I always use this example for people who believe in the Bible and Adam and Eve and all of that. Adam didn't get a woman when his stuff was not together. Right. He got a woman after he built the garden and had everything. He says, God, I'm lonely.
Yeah, I'm lonely.
And God said, okay, let me get you somebody. He didn't say, well, you know, listen, God, I know my garden it's got weeds in the yard.
I've been lazy. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, but bring me somebody up in here. You know, all Eve had to do, not, you know, as history would say, she screwed it up. She helped him screw it up.
Adam was innocent. He told her to stay away from that damn tree.
But she came in there when she, you know, stuff was together. All she had to do was help him from that point.
That's right.
So to your point, it's out of balance, out of order, you know. Yep. And then Samuel says also they are attracted to power. Even if it's perceived power. Yeah, strong. Example of the player. It's perceived power. Look at him.
He's got gold. He got flash.
Yeah, you know? But is he helping you move the ball? Are you guys growing together? Are you making some moves? Or is it just, you know, he walking tall and talking tough? You know, but he ain't busting no grapes.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And Reginald says, so you believe in the one drop of black slave law. I don't necessarily think I believe in the law, but we know that the black gene is what?
Very dominant.
The black gene is dominant. The white gene is not dominant. That's a fact, especially if you follow the works of Dr. Frances Cress Welsing in the ISIS papers and a lot of her other work. You know that the black gene is more dominant. The white gene is recessive. So it's not, to me, it doesn't have anything to do with law. I know that's white supremacy law, the black one drop rule, but I'm speaking in terms of genetics. Black is more dominant, so to me, I think it's one of those other. I'm not saying this is you, but I think that's another form of being divisive when we say because you are not fully black, whatever that is. Listen, both my parents are dark-skinned people, and I just happened to turn out that way. Does that mean that I'm not all black? Right. Because that we're looking at it as based off of cosmetics of a person. But I think that goes into being divisive when we say, well, because your mama is black or white or your daddy is white, you're not a full black person. Because we know there's a lot of fully black people walking around here cooning and acting white, whatever that is. And so I think we need to not get caught up on the cosmetics of things. If that makes any sense. And Tay says, I used to think like that. I see potential and I can help you grow. Never again. Yeah, because Tay, I need help. I need help. As we just said, that's not the natural order of things. And I've been guilty of that, you know, and it's not because we thought we were less than. It's just we thought we could actually help this person. I'm really into him. I love him. I want to see him win. But we know that didn't always turn out right. Right. You know, it's just a fact. And then Reginald, you say, like the old saying, you give a man the shoes, he will walk out on you. Let that man get it on. I like that. You know what? That's what the older women would say. But us young women, I'm going to buy him. He wanted some Jordans. I'm going to get him some Stacey Adams. Yeah. But the women was on to something. My daughter's grandmother says, I wouldn't buy a man a Pepsi-Cola. I was like, God, he can't get it. But what she was saying was, no, he need to be doing for me. Now, obviously, when you get with a man, y'all gonna do for each other, but it's out of order for women to be trying to win and buy men over. But this is another thing too, and I think it speaks to some of our low self-esteem as women, is that if I'm not doing all of these things for him, then he won't like me.
Yeah.
He won't stay. But my mama used to always tell me, God rest her soul, and I hear her even more so than I did when she was alive. She says, let a man be a man. I'm not choking up, I'm choking. Let a man be a man. You can't do everything for a man because he will not appreciate it, and what he's going to do is go do that for another woman. Because innately, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, innately a man wants to be needed, and he wants to do things for women, and if you are one of those women, can't do nothing for me.
Exactly. What am I here for other than the D?
I got it. No, I'm okay. I'm fine. If that works